Whatnot audience as well. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, good. Now it's showing up. And we'll edit this. Okay, so that should be going public. So there should be a public live stream right now. And I gotta get back in front of the camera. So thank you guys for your patience and waiting. Okay, so let's see. There, that's much better. So we are live now. Now I'm going to launch the Whatnot show, where I'm going to be selling some items, and you'll get to see a little bit of that. If you're not signed up for Whatnot, you should use the link in the description box. In fact, I'm going to put that in right now, make it super easy for you. And that is what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to type this link. Okay, so that should be going really well. I don't know that I can customize that thumbnail. It should just be the live image. I'm hoping so that people recognize this is a lot of fun. The first few items are not going to be penny items. We're going to let the Whatnot crowd find this. So we're not just going to let them, we're going to help them. So let me do that. And I'm going to come here. And I had to reschedule this from before, so we're going to start the show. Yes, we want to go live. Okay. And that's a good sign. We got an alert. And we've got an echo. So let me turn off the volume down here. Okay, so that should fix the echo. If you're hearing it still, please let me know. I don't want to make anybody's listening experience unpleasant. You should grab a piece of paper just to take notes in case anything comes up, because these are live shows and I never know exactly how well they're going to turn out. And they usually turn out really well, but something will always go wrong, and it's just kind of a funny thing by this point. So welcome in. So Honda Chick, I've seen you before, and let me turn this around. So we are having so much of a combo show. I'm going to open up some packages of some things I got from Whatnot, different sellers. I'm going to try to position this a little bit better. So there, I think that's about as good as we're going to get where I'm standing, because I'm also showing things on YouTube, the kind of things you can buy on Whatnot. And a lot of these items, it's going to be the first time. So good to see you. Give me a thumbs up if the audio is okay. And let me begin. So every time that I do like an thank you so much, the Postmodern Cat, thank you also. Every time I do, this is a combo show. We're going to sell, but we're also going to see. And I'm going to show you all the stuff that I got from Whatnot. And these were either gifts or giveaways. So some people would say, well, don't complain about a free item. I'm not complaining. What I am doing, though, is giving you my perception as a customer who really doesn't know a lot about these folks. Postmodern Cat, you are probably the shining example of somebody who I'd show off your packaging as like the highest standard because you take your time and you do the tissue and the wrapping. So Postmodern Cat, anybody who's not following, let's tag you. Let's put you in like the show notes or something. It says import last show notes. Let's see what was in the last show. How about that? Failed to import. I know, I never use these. So add some notes. And I'm going to do at the Postmodern Cat. So as I'm opening the packages, I'm just giving you kind of a buyer's eye. And I think that can be helpful because there can be a lot that can happen in between when the package goes out the door and when it arrives at somebody else's mailbox or front porch. Modern. This thing does not like my spelling. Okay, hold on. CAT. There. I'm going to post that. Okay, so that should be in the post notes. You do show notes every show, and you've never had the option to import. Oh, I should tell you. Please don't do things the way I do them, because I'm gonna make you a mod. You're probably gonna have to rescue me. This phone that I use, I have not updated the settings since I got it to work. So there probably are things on here that I cannot do, but I have not updated that one. The other second device I'll sometimes use in my shows, that has the most current software. But this is really just like a smart video cam is the way I look at it. So this is the first package I received, and I definitely applaud reusing packaging material. I've talked a lot about branding, and it's not fair to people who haven't, ever been told or shown this. So I think this is another way to kind of just put the message out without insulting the sellers because they do their best. But there's so much room for some branding, and when I look at the return address, it doesn't have their Whatnot name. So I don't know which seller is sending this. I don't really know what's inside. And if I shake it, I can hear a little bit of movement. But do you like cookies? If you like cookies, these are Oreo lover cookies. And so I got these, and we talked, Postmodern Cat, you, I think, were co-hosting when we talked about restrictions with food products. This is what was in the box. This was all that was in the box. I don't know. I can't remember the specific requirements off the top of my head. So that's just something to be aware of. I'm not like severely allergic to everything, but some people can be. So, okay, so yeah, so that would be something. So if ingredients are required, then find a way to include those. But, you can also make it fun and playful because it's a small business or an individual seller. So they can do things. By the way, you're allowed to watch on YouTube if you want to see the full view, but you'll really get the product view. So, they can do things like, taste so good, and then on the back side maybe do the ingredients. I don't know. I don't sell food. I mean, if I sell food, it's already prepared, prepackaged. But I was in the mood for some Oreo cookies, so that was quite a nice treat. Okay, so here we go. We are going to, and I don't want to mention that seller's name, but I will give a shout out to every other seller. Okay, so Vibrant Southern Wind. Do you mind tagging Vibrant Southern Wind? Because she gives the best 5-star reviews. And I'm just going to open this and dump it out. And you guys can see she put like some stickers, and she also put this like these little confetti circles, and she also included, and I think maybe this is what I won or what I was gifted or something. People have been gifting me, and I love that Whatnot makes that super easy. They just need to know the username. So this is the inspirational card. So I thought for stickers and a card, that is a really fun presentation. With plain white envelopes, you are allowed to brand. So at Vibrant Southern Wind, I think would love to know that, or at least try it out. I realize it seems like it's extra work, but if you do it in batches, it's really not. And it's an easy way to add on to your marketing without, again, having to spend a lot of money or time doing it. But yeah, like I would strongly suggest putting your Whatnot username on the outside of the package so that the customer knows who it's coming from. She has it on the address label, but the package and then what's inside, I mean, I didn't know it was going to be this fun. Oh, and she did put this on the back. I thought that was really clever. Giveaway winner. So I'm going to put that one off to the side also. And we keep getting through this pile. A lot of people have switched over to the plain envelopes. And this is actually a very good seller. So the Hodgepodge place, not sure exactly how it's spelled like on Whatnot, because this is like her real life business. She does have a shop. So maybe we can test the Hodgepodge place if you'll try to tag her. And because you're stuck in my system here. It's got your name. Thank you. Oh, it went, I'm going to do Vibrant. Hi, Kathy. You haven't missed the entire show, and we're just getting started with some fun stuff. And these are giveaways. Giveaways and gifts. And it's also on YouTube. So if you're not at a place where you can be using your app, you can watch on YouTube. Okay, Vibrant Southern Wind. Okay, I tagged Vibrant Southern Wind. So she had some really cute stickers. The Hodgepodge place does have her business name, which is helpful. And here's the thing about her. I'm telling you, she's a very smart business person. She does not put the label on the blank side. That is the perfect place to put any of those graphics or just the name of her business. Because on this side, this is the one that has the flap, she puts the label. So for her to get some branding out of this, it would be super easy. And so I would definitely say that is an opportunity. For example, she doesn't have to put this sticker on. She can run these through a printer, hundreds at a time. And if she's going to do it this way, it's already basically set up. And so she doesn't have to think about it. So I would really love it if you guys got some inspiration from this. And you guys are allowed to support each other, help each other, trade favors, do what you do. Let's see. And I did get a packing slip from Vibrant Southern Wind, which is another thing that I look for. Hi, Avid. So we're starting with giveaways I've gotten. I'm teasing you guys. And then why don't I run a giveaway? How about that? And we're going to run one there. Okay. And okay, it should be running. Okay, good. So yeah, make sure you enter the giveaway, and then you'll be able to see how I package my giveaways, and you might get some ideas that way. A lot of my best ideas I've taken from other sellers on Whatnot and other platforms. This is okay, so this one has the person's name on it. So I don't have the actual seller name. In other words, I have to open it before I know who is sending it to me. And did I open it? I thought I pre-opened everything so there would be no nasty surprise. I don't think I did. So this will be a live event. Save that one for just a second.
I got this, which actually is one of the most fun ones. This is, you guys do know, this is Thrifty Land 101. I'm going to hold this up so you can actually see how it's spelled and everything. And if you guys tag them, it's only going to help them know that they are getting some attention, and also they're getting some good feedback, and likely a 5-star review. So this is Thrifty Land 101. Under here where it says ships to, it says new buyer. And it does that on everything. So if you want to dress up your new customers' packages and maybe go a little more basic on people who've bought with you in the past, that might be an opportunity, because it's always going to tell us new buyer on whenever we look at whatnot on the screen. And so anyway, I got this Mickey ears. It's so cute. And it's got a little lemon. And then on the side it says Saluti. I don't know what that reference is, but it's actually got a, is this a domestic tag or what is this? Yeah, it's got like all different languages. And it's new with tags. It looks like it came off the rack. So I got this for free just by entering the giveaway, which none of you have availed yourself of this opportunity to get something for free from me. And then this is how it arrived. So clean professional packaging, included the packing slip, item arrived in good condition. That's a 5-star. However, if you're going to spend this much on the product, find a way to put some branding on this package. I get these labels automatically because I use the UPS store to accept my mail, but most people would just have a blank backside. You could put your logo, your website, even a QR code. Again, check with your postal employees, but even a QR code that would take somebody to your sign up link or something like that, or a special offer. Okay. So here's a fun one. Oh, I have to talk a little bit about this. This one is another moment. Okay, so we went through Hodgepodge. I need to put these off and not mix them up. And then we also got Vibrant Southern Wind. Okay. And then this is a newer seller, I think. I'm not sure how long, but newer in that they have like about somewhere between 100 and 200 orders. And they sent me this, which is fine. This is totally fine as a giveaway. Doesn't scare me, bother me, whatever. Again, it's showing the new buyer flag, so this is what I got as a new buyer. The Ali, A-L-I, loves, plural, L-O-V-E-S, shopping is the seller's name. This is how they sent that. And, you know, as a Whatnot seller, I'm aware that Whatnot has the best postage rates, but I believe this item, number one, could have either shipped in Ground Advantage or possibly even as inside of an envelope, because I don't think it's more than a 1/4 inch thick. But I've heard mixed reactions when people have tried to ship similar stuff. So if it's not more than a 1/4 inch thick, then she could have put this in just one of the envelopes like I've been showing and saved, oh my gosh, like $9. Because this flat rate envelope is going to cost the Postmaster Cat. Congratulations. Thank you for moderating. You've got some good luck on your side. So that alone would save her $9 if she was aware of that. She might be aware of that. She might only use flat rate because that's the way she does things. But for somebody who has less than $1,000 in sales, I mean, I would say reinvest in your business. Make sure that you're using those marketing dollars wisely. So if you can get it down to a postage price of 73 cents, that frees up money that you don't have to use, and you can come up with more stuff, including branded flyers, all the goodies. Bringing me to Margaritaville, and we do have a cautionary warning. Be careful with group labels. Oh, ground labels. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing. If she's like, oops. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna run a home decor item. Actually, we're gonna run this mask. If anybody wants this mask, we're running the mask. You can bid or not bid. I hit the wrong button by mistake, but I will eat the cost. The thing is, as a new buyer, this is impressive because it's like, oh, priority mail, and I don't know who it's coming from, and I don't know what's inside. It's a little bit of a mystery, but when I open it and I see that it could have been shipped for half the price or even as little as 73 cents, she could, if this is her way of wowing new buyers, put some branding in there, put a business flyer, put a card in there, personalized to her, and really get some bang for your marketing bucks. But we will keep things going. We're going to keep things going. Tag your friends, tag your family. This is all the free stuff I got. I have not a single complaint. I have only pointed out opportunities that they might get an even better reaction if they're going to continue to do giveaways the same way. And my giveaways are always fun. Please do not expect an iPad to show up. That would be fun, but it's not happening, not based on the prices I charge. Okay, so here we go. So this one I actually have to tear into. It has the name of the person. It doesn't tell me their whatnot name, because your whatnot name and your real name could be totally different. They could even be opposite. So knowing your whatnot name is the only way we're ever going to be able to find you, especially as whatnot keeps growing all over the globe. We need your whatnot name. That's important. Okay, so this is pretty. So this is what I got. It was clean, professionally packaged. I got this. Do I remember this? I don't know. Maybe. I sample so many different shows that I really don't remember. But this is cute. It's like, I think it's like a cover, like an over cover or something. I don't know. Because it's got this area up here. So yeah, it's like, oh, it's an apron. Oh. Okay. Definitely tag the seller, because she is somebody who makes custom clothing, and we had a really good conversation in her show, and I introduced her to somebody who might want custom aprons. It was not me, but maybe that's why she sent something so nice, because I don't think normally she would be able to send this. This is basically the stuff she would sell. Let me pull up her name. Don't you guys go anywhere, because there's a giveaway running. So let me pull up her name and let me find out. Okay. I'm still here. I'm just going back to the orders. Okay. And hold on one second. I'm almost here. Lilac Bloom. Here, I'll tag it. Let me tag it. Okay, well, that's definitely one that I think is worth selling, because this is just a nice lightweight sheer material. She has a lot of unique fabrics. From my recollection, I think she gets like kind of into the lines, or maybe it's just a top, but it's got a tie at the bottom. Maybe it's just a top. I could be so wrong about this. I don't know. I know it's handmade. I can tell that. But it's got this really sheer material. You know, this is one of the reasons I don't sell a lot of clothes. I I don't know that I should try to model this. But this is what it is. So if anybody, and actually I'm even holding it inside out. Okay, this is sad. This is sad. Um, so a lot of this is my mistake. But yeah, Lilac Bloom. You know, for as much as she's giving me, I would definitely love to have some marketing materials for her. And it's not unheard of that I will actually take something somebody's. So this is okay, hold on. I found something. I found a garment tag. It's a small. It's an XXI small. It looks like the detail looks handmade. It's that like well sewn. Um, so this is a small. So if anybody wants this, we can start an auction and we can just run it for $5. But yeah, I would normally, if she had business cards or stickers or something, I don't always throw those away. If it's personalized, if it's generic, I usually just kind of toss it. So if it's just a generic thing that says thank you, doesn't mention the seller, or help support my small business, again, doesn't mention the business name, those are I'm not going to keep. But if it's something that somebody took the time to do themselves, I will keep those. Sometimes I've put those in people's packages. Jasmine, well, congratulations. You will get a giveaway item. You will get a giveaway item. And you love getting cute brand stickers from random sellers. And you have a little collection. Exactly. And anybody can. And people like that because it's definitely a talking point. It's almost like a vacation wall where you have like a postcard or some souvenir from every place you visited. Well, on Whatnot, you could be shopping the world. So if you can put together like a sticker board, or something fun, just fill up your wall. Wouldn't that be fun if you shop so much on Whatnot that you just filled up an entire wall with stickers? You can start doing that now. Because I have some. So this is a giveaway of a giveaway. And how did that happen? So, Marcia Ritaville is a Whatnot seller. She is so much fun. I would love to tag her, Marcia Ritaville. She sells real estate also. So she's smart. She knows how to do good marketing. She has her own stickers. And I thought, these are so cute. Well, I have my own sticker. So she said, you'll get a sticker in your giveaway or whatever. And I said, I'll send you one of mine. And I did, and I included a self-addressed stamped envelope. So all she had to do was pick up a few stickers, and now she's getting her promotion. She's getting her marketing. And there are some really cute ones. So Marcia Ritaville, I've been saying all nice things about you. The one thing that I'm not a fan of is sometimes you don't like to talk about the fact you are a published author. And I would love it if you would sell your books. I would love it if you would do a live book signing. I would love it if that could be part of your brand. But, I'm not going to tell you how to run your business. I'm just telling you, you were very, very smart with your stickers. So these are super cute. I don't want to waste these. But thank you for giving me two, because I've got one I can use and one I can pass along. That's smart. So those are the free things that I've gotten so far. Did I miss anybody? Does anybody think that they sent me something that I didn't unwrap? Did somebody send me like a diamond tennis bracelet or cute card, Marcia Ritaville, or anything else high value that I didn't open? So we've got Marcia Ritaville stickers. We had lilac. Well, what was it? It was like Lilac Bloom or something. This is why it helps me so much if the seller puts their name on the package. It really does help. Because now I'm going back. Who was it? Oh my gosh. This is sloppy. Yeah, Lilac Bloom. She sent me a small top. Very cute. But I did get some some Oreo Lover cookies. And I also got Vibrant Southern Wind gives the best 5-star reviews. So if you ever see her in your room, try to sell her something. Even if it's for a lower price than you would otherwise, because she gives the best 5-star reviews. I am not joking. Postmodern Cat, you would love it. You would actually die laughing if you read hers, but you got to go way, way back. So she put some confetti in with the stickers, which was so much more fun. Now I'm going to remember that about her. So anything you can do that's going to set yourself apart, especially if you are sending stuff to people who sell on the platform, you're kind of getting a double bang there. You're getting potentially a new customer, but then you're also getting somebody who can, talk you up and send buyers right to you. We don't sell the same stuff. This was her packing slip that got mixed up with something else. What did it get mixed up with? It had this one. Oh, this was Hodgepodge. Hodgepodge didn't have a packing slip. But everything else about Hodgepodge Place was perfect. And if you guys want a low cost, simple solution, and you're using these labels, you can put the label on the side that you would seal with the flap, and you can run these through 100 at a time through your printer, and it can have anything to promote your brand. It could have her image, it could have her website, it could have just anything that's gonna catch the buyer's attention. And so I know that a lot of these ideas only big companies really use, but I'm going to tell you something, it's more effective with small business because people aren't used to it. So if I see a swoosh box arrow thing, I don't even remember what the company's name is. I mean, I struggle. I've stood here for hours sometimes thinking, I know it's a jungle or a river or something. And if I saw a small seller and I knew that was their logo, it's not. Just an example. And they printed it on the back of their envelope, I would always recognize that. I mean, that is just awesome. So welcome in, Kat. So let's do another giveaway. And then we'll start selling you guys some new housewares. I've got some decorative items. Anything that's run in a past show that hasn't sold is fair game. And then YouTube Live is also active. And I always recommend having the YouTube Live up and running because you're going to get the full view. There's actually like another 2/3 that you don't get to see when I'm standing on the phone screen. So, okay, I need my water. So is that fair? Was I mean to anybody? Did I say something that I shouldn't have? Please speak up now. Forever hold your peace. Oh, yeah, I left out the really good one. The one that people would want to buy. Look at these Disney ears. How much do Disney ears cost? I'm not a Disney adult. I don't sell in that category. These say Saluti. And again, these are look like they came off the display. Now this pin with the lemon, does that normally come with this? Because I know Disney pins are separate also. They sell them separately. So potentially this is two products, but it does unpin. It's got like a stick back. But you guys are going to have to inform me because I am just not the expert when it comes to Disney stuff. And these are sequins. These are really cute. So anyway, if somebody wants to clue me in on how much I should value that at, I would love to know. But that's the last one. And then there are a few that are still showing like in transit, and They will get here when they get here. They won't. Anyway, they'll get here when they get here. Okay, so what I've got here is I have to tell you some things. And since it's a small room, I really want you guys to open up and tell me how you feel about this stuff. But, we do have some new tariffs starting tomorrow. And on some shipments, they've already started to take effect. It's doubling in some cases the price that people are paying, the importers and exporters. So I got to get real. Has anybody started to adjust your pricing, knowing that if I sold you this for today's price, tomorrow's price, you'd have a hard time finding it anywhere close because the retailers are going to go and redecorate their shelves. They always do that. Your favorite store has a redecoration plan coming, and it's going to be higher. So if the prices are doubling, they have to put a margin on top of that. It's getting a little bit out of control, especially because we've been so quick to import from just a few countries. And Naughty Paw says tariffs are going to hurt a lot of smart sellers. And Postmodern Cat, you source estate sales and have noticed an increase in competition with other people trying to chain. Yeah. So you're seeing more people there trying to buy stuff before you get it. So yes, I think that is the easiest trend to spot. But anywho, we're gonna party like it's 1999 or something. But on new items I've started listing, I've started going in and putting like retail price. Whatnot usually factors in a pretty healthy discount, but I've started putting just the regular shelf price on things. And then in the future, if I decide to run these, I think I can do it as a flash sale. I believe I can do this as a flash sale. So I've got my lightweights priced at $5, my heavyweights at $10. Some of these items are really nice. This is the only one. I shouldn't say that. I don't know how many I have. One of the few that I have. This is a round baking dish, and it's got these little grill marks. This is from one of those countries that has doubled its cost. So let me put this right here. This is exactly what I'm showing. And I'm going to try to run a flash sale and just do half off. And let me see if I can do that. I'm experimenting. So let's see. No, I can't do it as an option, but I can do it. No. Okay, so let me fix this. I'm just going to edit this real fast. And I'm going to go here and option only. Okay, so kind of a reverse scenario, but anyway, so I just put this down for $2.50, 50% off. Is anybody seeing that on their screen? Because I don't see it on this screen that I'm looking at, but this is an older update. So thank you for confirming. To me, it still looks like it's $5. So if you haven't updated your Whatnot software, maybe you should. But yeah, so this is, I guess, how I'll have to do things. I want to discount, just put them as a buy it now. And yeah, it's just a placeholder listing. So I'm using this for anything less than a pound, and then I've got a 1 pound. I do a lot of seller, and Postmodern Cat can tell you, I do a lot of seller support shows, and we talk a lot about shipping. And did it stop? Is it over? I think it's over. It's over. Okay. I will tell you, I'm comfortable enough with the way that Whatnot does its shipping that I can usually find a way to get into the right category, lightweight, heavyweight, lightweight, best rate, or heavyweight. I have videos on YouTube explaining exactly those terms. You don't have to listen to me right this second. But this is like a marbleized pattern salad plate. And they did the pattern on both sides, but then they did paint the rim. So I've seen these where they'll just do one side in the solid, but they did both sides with the pattern. And so let me see what would happen if I did this as a flash sale piece, and we'll do the same thing. Okay. I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay, what does it show on your screen? Help me out, folks. What is it showing right now on your screen? Is it showing you that it's still like 250, 100 available? Because I thought I did like a 30-second timer. Okay, so I have to do it on the desktop. Let me switch it out. So that might be a valid point. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm just doing this right now. Okay, hold on. I'm still here. I'm still here. Thank you, Kat. Okay, hold on 1 second. I don't know what happened to that one. Okay, so that's what I can do. So we're running this as a flash sales. You were watching a bunch of my videos earlier. Good information about WN, but the investigations are interesting. Yes, there's education and entertainment content. The further back you go, the funnier it gets. So I'm just going to hold this up. I'll even show you the barcode here for anybody who's trying to match this item with the new. I mean, are we allowed to say tariffs, or what are we saying now with the new pricing? I have a feeling more people will do added tax. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is the other one that I found. So let me hold up something different. And if we have to bundle under heavyweight, I don't have a problem doing that. But this show is set up to bundle automatically. So, and that's how I typically go. But yeah, I do love the. So this is definitely going to be a heavyweight item. This is a marble wine coaster, and this is just a gorgeous piece. If I put it down on something, you'll see how gorgeous it is. But I want it to be not white, so I'm going to put this on here. Just kind of pull it back a little, trying to get it where YouTube and whatnot can see. So this is a heavyweight piece. This would definitely weigh a pound, but we're already here, so let's give it a try. And let's go to. I'm still here. I'm just changing it up. Okay, so now you can have this beautiful marble coaster at the low value price of $2.50. And if anybody would like to get it, now's a good time to get it. I just didn't want to have to keep switching back and forth between the shipping categories. And I'm not sure if flash sales are going to do what I need them to, but I'm willing to use any of Whatnot's features. I really am. Yes. Yes. And okay, so we're good. So, there's also some CVS videos, CVS Pharmacy. The video I did. Yeah. I will tell you, if you ever want to watch, and this is a little bit outdated, it's a few years outdated, because there was a woman named Krista Coupons who did Dollar General videos all day long. And she's where I learned what super savings they had. And this was back in the day before we could do in-store price checks. So Miss Krista taught me how to Dollar General shop. And she passed away. And if you've watched them, I loved her. She was just such a funny personality. And she was never afraid to throw shade. And and I loved it. But then the other thing was, like, she wasn't making this stuff up, because she was, let me just do this. Let me fix this thing. Okay, so we're gonna do, let me go back and we're gonna just edit this. Okay, I'm still here. I'm just going to do one more. Edit. And I just need to edit one more, so I don't have to do this again. Right now, option. Where did that one go? Okay, it's right here. Product Okay, so now we fixed it. So more than a 50% off savings. So if anybody wants this plate, I'm going to put this up next. We're just going to do these in auction. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. I am trying to use the features the way I know how, but some of these are different for different sellers, and I don't know every nuance. Each interface has its own unique experience, And so the flash sale is something that's for the desktop, and I'm seeing you through the phone. I'm seeing you on the mobile app. So I just went in and changed the price. But this is cute. And I'll even hold up the barcode here if anybody needs to search out this pattern later, because again, I do have a feeling for anything that's being imported overseas, if you need to later try to replace it or match it, it's going to be at a high price. And you need to know exactly what to look for, especially with any kind of china, porcelain, dinnerware, anything like that. And let me see how many I have of those. I know it just got a little darker, but I'm still here because I got quite a few. So I have a few in that pattern. So one thing we can also do is, since these are fairly lightweight, I have a few of these. There's like probably only one or two patterns, and these are all unique. Look at the design, how it changed. This is the exact same barcode. It's the exact same product, but look how these two are different. So they really are unique. And the thing that I was impressed by is that it's front and back painted. Usually you only get the front side, and then the back would be that dark color that you see around the edge. So we'll do a 2-for deal on this. I don't mind doing one of those. It's been too long. It's been too long. So we'll just start an auction. So now you're getting 2 at today's prices or yesterday's prices back in the day. I know that there have been times where big price changes have happened in a very short period of time. I just don't know that I remember that happening in the United States on everything. On some things like electricity or gas, yes, but like on everything, I've never seen that. So, well, you can. Shop like you mean it. And let's keep it moving. I got more to show. Oh my gosh. So I was talking about Krista Coupons, who makes YouTube videos. She no longer does that. She's passed away, sadly. But she got herself into real life situations, and she showed like how bad it can get. The worst one that I ever saw, oh, I only have 2 of these, I know for sure, was she was being harassed by a manager when she walked into the store. And to the point that not only did he tell her to leave, he followed her to her car and she called the police. That was just way out of bounds. And so if you find that video, you'll hear the audio portion, but the video itself has been removed. So you won't see the visuals of what was happening, but I can tell you, yeah, she was really being mistreated. So sometimes it can get tough out there. But, you know, I'll always love Krista because she just taught me how to find some good deals. And again, this was back in the day when we didn't have our phones to do everything. So we were looking off of paper lists. And, you know, a lot of it was more informal as far as sharing information. Now there are companies that will even do that. They'll tell you the available supply of any product and the inventory levels at different locations. I'm just showing you the barcode in case you need that for future locations. Okay, so let's keep it going. I love dinnerware, but I love it so much I overbuy it. And that's just a given. And how much did I get? I didn't even think I got one of these. I think I got 2 of these though. Look at how cute that one is. It says cream. And yes, this is an imported piece from overseas, so this would be something that would be priced higher with tariffs, of course. And you know, the stores, they have to adjust pricing. It's not really optional. It's, you know, it's just a reality of business. If their costs double, then they have to pass that along. So, Postmodern Cat said you've seen more competition at estate sales. And I think that's just going to happen. What I'm also thinking is, you know, because again, we haven't seen everything price increase so fast all at once. People are going to do silly things like try shoplifting, even if they never have in the past. It's not worth it. Please don't go there. But I can imagine it. I can imagine. Okay, now what are these? So I do have two. So if somebody wanted to like get one, give one, that would be totally fine with me. These are vinegar jars that are painted on all sides. And yeah, it's really pretty. And if you do estate sales frequently, I'm sure you've seen like a variety of dinnerware and dinner patterns throughout the years. It's always interesting to me how it's evolved. But these days, people do want a little bit of decoration on their items. It seems they don't want it completely monotone, but that changes. So. And then when you get this, if you're going to use it for real, you could put a cork, or usually a cork, or you could put a pourer, pour spout. I actually had some that closed. That was surprising. Okay, so we're going to keep things moving here. Has anybody seen, oh, this is the deal. Has anybody seen the, and I'm going to tell you guys why this was on sale, because I'm not going to sell it for $7, but I don't want to be accused of false advertising. I'm going to tell you why this was on sale, but there are others identically that are not, and it was a packaging change. So this particular run, they put the label at the bottom, and they figured out they wanted it at the top. So that's the secret. So if you find one of these in store and it's got the label toward the bottom, you might just want to price check it. And I think I've made a few YouTube videos showing how to do that. But tell me if there are any content gaps, because it's been a little while since I've focused on anything other than Whatnot. So these are corbels, wooden corbels, 5 inches by 7.5. Slight distressing, which is fun. And they are brand new. And they were imported from overseas. Starting at $2. Pretty awesome deal. You like the cat designs from the 80s and the 90s? Yeah, I can imagine. That was definitely a fun time window. Okay, hold on. I gotta find out if I've got more sets of dinnerware. I do have more marble plates for sure. Oh, I have these. What are these? Well, I have one for sure because I'm holding it in my hand. And okay, let's do these because I can do a pair. I can do that. And I think I may have sold this in the past. Or something just substantially identical. These pretty blue plates. They have a nice rim. I have more than one. So if you want to get a pair, we can run, you know, back to back. I also have a gray one. Look at how pretty that is. And then on the bottom, it's unglazed, so you get that nice textured look. It looks really sleek. And I'll even hold up, for our YouTube friends, I'll hold up the barcode if you need to try to match this pattern. But yeah, shopping has changed so much. It changed, I think, right at the beginning of the decade. And that was an interesting adjustment. Hold on one second. I'm going to show you the gray one. And I can dig for more if you want to try to create your own set of 2 or 4 or however many. Because some of these I think I might have as many as 6. So this is the same plate design but in a gray. And we're just going to do that starting now, $2. I will show the friends barcode for matching. YouTube is all over the world, so you might be able to find this even close to home. But I do encourage you to shop on Whatnot. Now, with Whatnot, when it's gone, it's gone. There's no central warehouse. So that is why I'm telling you today is a good day to get shopping. Okay, I'm going to put these right back. And I'm going to show you this other pattern that I have. These are all going to be your side and salad plate sizes. This one's really pretty. I think I may have as many as 6 in this one because I did find quite a few. But it has this border detail around the edge. It's got these little round dots. And on both sides, it's glazed in the same creamy white finish. It's like a refined casual is how I would describe that. Do I have any shelves? Let me think, because I probably do. Are you thinking freestanding or are you thinking on the wall? Wall shelves. I do. Yeah, so I can, you know what? I'll message you. I can show you what I find. And with your wall shelves, are you trying to put a lot of weight there, or you just want it for decorative purposes? Because technically this counter is a wall shelf piece display. Okay. I know, I think I've got some I can show you. Yeah. Okay, another marble one. Let me see. More of the same. I'm only showing you different patterns right now because I want you guys to get the full experience. Okay, that's another vinegar bottle. Another creamer. And let me see. Is this different? What is this? I think this is blue. It's blue. Oh, okay. There are 2 of these. I will show. So I'm going to show something on YouTube that I'm not going to put on Whatnot, because this is actually a pattern that a family member likes and has purchased. So I'm actually going to give this one away to a family member. So I'm not going to sell this one, but I will show you. It's from this designer, and it's a really, really pretty. If you have better prices, well, Whatnot always has better prices. Are they starting to increase? When you go online and comparison shop, are they starting to increase the final amount? If you just pick any item that you know is coming from overseas, because I've heard stories. I don't really shop on these sites, so it's hard for me to tell you. But I've heard stories where the price was like doubling. And let me grab a sample for you because I got to get some more stuff out of the other room anyway. Okay, so I have these that go, they're all different sizes, but they do go bigger. And they are 6 black and 1 white. And these are like wall shadow boxes that you're going to hang just using a couple of nails or screws. They have gone up in the price, but it's very subtle. Oh, yeah, keep track of your purchases. So this would be like 6 of these black ones, and they're going to kind of build out, plus the white one. Do you want me to show you the other ones? And the thing that I like about these, and I haven't done this myself, but if I wanted to use them as a prop, I only have one that's white. But you know what? Would you like the white one? Let me show you. A coat of spray paint makes any color, but let me show you. Okay, so I think the white might be the smallest. It doesn't quite nest in there, but this is the white one. And so if I was trying to, multitask in business expense, I might use this as a display prop on a show where I could put something on it, and I could also put something inside it, or I could flip it, and it would kind of give me a little bit of a pedestal. I use just a big roll of labels for my height pedestal, and it's not the perfect solution. But then again, I never really looked at these closely. This does have a little bit of a mark. I don't think it's a scratch, though. So do you want me to run this one? Just because somebody asked. Very special customer. And if I come across anything else, I'll shoot you a message. But I'm going to tell you, this has always been the hardest one to figure out where to use in conjunction with the black ones. Oh, actually, I do have more wall shelves, but they're dark walnut wood. They're from IKEA, and they're the lac. So they're just a plain thing, and I've got 2 of those. And I was looking at those the other day thinking, it is time for me to refresh. So, congratulations, the Postmodern Cat. You snagged some super savings. Do you want me to show you the IKEA dark walnut? Okay. And make sure we get any other special requests out there, because sometimes, you guys, I don't remember until you mention it. I have over-decorated and redecorated and rearranged so many times. Sometimes I can't recall. But as soon as you say it, it'll remind me of something. Now I'll show you what I've been holding on it. This is what I've held on it. This will hang on a wall or sit on any bookcase. But if you guys want to guess the original artist, you are welcome to. I'll leave that right there for the YouTubers. So, oops, you're seeing the dusty side. Okay, but this is, and there's a duplicate. And this one is not hard to hang because it has a bracket. It just slides into. So you don't have to get it perfect. You just have to be within that range, and then it clips down. And if I dusted this off, it probably would look a lot more impressive. Where did I put my dust rag? Still here. Right here. Instant clean. So I'm happy to run these 2 for $2 just because I know who's in the room. I wouldn't do it as a general, but if this is something you think you might want. Yeah, what I'm going to do is they've been literally, these have been hanging over my television for at least 5 years with this sitting on it. So I'm going to unscrew the bracket and you'll get that. But that's a good question because at outlet stores, typically you don't. Okay, so hold on. We're going to start this. There you go. And this is for the pair. I'll get down the other one. But no one has correctly guessed the artist of this artwork. And I don't want to confuse anybody. But doesn't that look cool? It's just a canvas that's kind of floating inside this frame. So yeah, these are in really good shape because they haven't had stuff put on, taken off. It's just been stationary. And congratulations, the Postmodern Cat. You will be getting those. And you also get a giveaway item. So you can do your own unboxing. There we go. Okay, so I see a lot of new people. So this, I don't even know the artist. What I did is I found an old landscape at a thrift store that I did not like the drawing. And so this is like part of the water, and this is either part of the land or part of the trees, but I cut it up and I just glued or stapled it on. So even the unprettiest of art can be made into a beautiful art piece. But yeah, so that's how I did that one. But I'm gonna put the art away. I'm not urgent to sell the art. Has anybody seen the guy who does the spin painting? That's really interesting. I mean, it's pretty cool. And I'm still here. I'm just grabbing something else. Oh. Now here's something I have thought about. What am I going to do with it? I did get a good deal, so I'm not going to pretend like I paid hundreds of dollars for these. But these are wooden frames, and they have an unusual like cutout. It's not centered. And so I think this holds an 8x10. Yeah, this would hold an 8x10 photo. You could probably do a little bit of touch up if that bothers you, where there's like a little speck there. You can just take a dark marker. Any furniture touch up would work. And there's a pair of these. Now these are going to be more than £1. However, you're shipping bundles. So once you're at £1, you are good until you hit more than 5. On this show, I don't know that that would happen. And does everybody love Whatnot shipping? You know what? I'm just gonna do 2 on this. Okay, so this is what I'm running now. If anybody wants this wooden frame, and I'll show you the back side. And this could be part of a pair. You don't have to buy the pair. You can use just the frame. And I will also tell you what I did with a different variety. I bought like a package deal where I got 2 big ones, 2 smaller ones. The smaller ones are square, and I didn't use it for a picture. I attached a original, no, actually I think it's reproduction. I attached a piece of canvas art to this, and it became the most beautiful background. But I don't have any art that I want to attach to this, so that idea is out. Okay, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. So you can be buying all sorts of things in one place. You don't even have to leave. It's not like you have to get in your car and go to a different store. So I'm so glad you all have found the show. This is going to be a heavyweight item. I believe I've listed it separately at current retail, but we're still one day before we have to deal with added taxes. So this is actually a really cute brand. It's Serve and Style, and this is a utensil crock, but I wouldn't call it that. I would call it a utensil holder, or I would call it a vase, because you actually get 2 perfectly, paired compartments. So you could put flowers in there, and it has this cute little handle, and that is just too adorable. Look at this. Another thing I want to tell you is the material is porcelain. It's not ceramic, it is porcelain. And on this piece, it would be a little hard to tell. Usually you want to hold it up to the light and see if a shadow of your hand will appear. But on this piece, because it's so thick, it would be hard to do that. So I will show you how I know. Okay. So if I look at the bottom, this white, unglazed, that's porcelain. If it's ceramic, it's going to be darker. It looks like the YouTube plaque setup without the YouTube decor. You're talking about the big frames? Because I need to do something about that. Somebody reminded me, I need to actually have something in my background that tells people I have a YouTube channel, because I say it and I sound like a broken record, but some people, they never even know. And I don't want to be rude, so like when somebody asks, well, what's your YouTube channel name? It's the same. It's all the same on all platforms. Stay home to shop, one word, common spelling. I think I might do that. That's a really good idea. See, I told you I'd get my best ideas from you guys. So if anybody wants me to run this as a heavy item, I will. And we'll do it for $5. Now for my YouTube friends, because you can't see all the beautiful, exquisite detail the way that Whatnot's showing it, I will show you the barcode if you want to product search this. And I will also tell you, it could be tariffs and taxes. It could be a lot of things. But the first, how many digits? 2, 4, 6 digits of a barcode are the vendor. So sometimes if one item is discontinued from a vendor line, it could just be seasonal clearance, but it could also be they're not gonna buy from that vendor anymore. And with added taxes, that would make a lot of sense that vendors could get replaced, or just no. But on Whatnot, we can still avoid that mess for just a minute longer. I'm still here. Here's something I didn't even have time to show you. So always look at those first 6 digits, because if you find other matching, if you want to look at complementary pieces, that has a napkin holder that matches it, but there could be more. you just look at those first 6 digits, and if you can match it up, it's from the same vendor. Ta-da! This is a really cute piece. Oh, and then the other thing is every company or every store has their house brand. So those all it's a mix if it's a house brand. And this is actually a house brand, so I can't tell you anything more specific, but I will give you that barcode. So those first 6 digits, if you start searching, you're going to pull up like every item that doesn't have its own label or, separate brand. And it's really the vendor. But this picture is really gorgeous. And we're going to start that at $5. And it's got this dotted pattern. I just think this is so cute because it's very like modern and contemporary, but because a little bit of the pottery shows through, it's just interesting, and the handle is really a nice shape. I want to verify this is dishwasher. It says do not use an oven, so I think you can do dishwasher microwave. I don't know that you want to, but I guess you could. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So this is the only one. This is the only piece in this line that I have, and this is the only picture that I have. So let me go back to the other line that I was talking about earlier, and that is what is this? Okay, so this is the embossed napkin holder. Can you see how pretty that is? This is also porcelain, and porcelain you'll be able to tell has that white material, and this is the embossed napkin holder with weight. The outer dimensions are going to be 8 by 8, and these will hold your standard 6-inch dinner size napkin. And then if you want to replace this, you can obviously customize it, but it does come with the matching weight. So let's see what we can do here. So starting at $5, if anybody would like the embossed napkin holder with weight, I'm going to hold it close to the camera so you can see the pattern, because it's really well designed. And if you want to use this more for your office, your memos and things, you can put it anywhere. But I do like the idea of having it with a weight, because if you have like an outdoor, picnic on your patio, sometimes the wind will pick things up, so it's good to have that. I'm going to put this right back where it came from. And what else? I know I've got more. Oh. Well, here's one. Here's one that I didn't actually. So this is tempered glass. If it breaks, it will not turn into sharp pieces. It'll just turn into little glass nuggets. So it is definitely very safe. So you use this in your kitchen as a cutting board. You can also use it as a display board or whatever you want to do with it. Because it's got, it's glass, you could even put decorative lighting nearby. And for cats who eat napkins, it is perfect. So we're going to take this one down. It might be showing for like $7 in the Buy It Now, but I have 3 of these. And I'll even show our YouTube friends the barcode as soon as this timer runs. And the 3 that I have all are new. None have been unwrapped or tested or used as display. They're all new. I think they said 12 by 15. I hope so. Okay, so here's the barcode. If you guys want to look for that. I got this a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And I'm still here. I'm just grabbing more fun stuff. Oh, I'm grabbing more fun stuff. me do. Oh, this is so cute. How many do I? 2, 4, 5. So 5. I have 5 of these in total. So no, this would be 6. So yeah, I have 5 to sell because I'm keeping one myself. Look at this. This is the expandable strainer or drainer you put across your sink. And let's see if it gives us some measurements. And it says it will be expanded from 14.2 inches to 19.5. So that's a pretty good range. So you can get this to go out to 19.5 inches. Super easy to clean, dishwasher safe. I don't think you'd want to use it in the microwave. I'm just verifying though. It says it's heat resistant up to 230 degrees, so I guess you could even use it as like a pasta thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be used as your dishwashing. So if anybody would like this, this is going to be a lightweight, so I have to change this out because this doesn't weigh a pound, it's plastic. Weighs a little bit less. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll start this at $3. So for $3, you get this expandable colander. It'll hold side to side on your sink. I'm keeping one that I bought for myself, but that's the only one I need. Do I have any white picture frames? Let me think. Not exactly. But I do have picture frames that never got turned into a project. Let me show you what those look like, because now would be a really good time to try to get home. I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay, so here's the thing. I bought this with project idea in mind. These are like those fancy ones that people used to put out on their piano and stuff. If you wanted to paint these any color, it would be super, super easy to do. You could even do it with spray paint. Just take your glass out and lay it down. So you can make them white, red, blue, any color you like. This one has a claw tooth here. It does not have the stand on the back. But this other one, and they're kind of this brushed silver color. This other one is probably the one that needs a little more attention because its back has been broken. It's been torn. It's still very usable as a picture frame, and it does have the claw hanger. These are super cheap and easy to get if you want to put it on a different side or hang it differently. But a square is a square. So, so I think that's really only applying to this one. So if you guys like these picture frames, these are kind of retro. I would not mind giving these to somebody else to do the project because at this point, I hate to admit, I've probably had them at least 2 years. I remember when I started selling on Whatnot, I was thinking, oh, I'll cover them with fabric. And I even bought the fabric that I was going to use. But I didn't, we'll do a deal. So 2 for $3. I didn't actually do it. So, okay, start auction. Okay, so this is for both. Anybody who wants both picture frames, you're looking for a large one to turn into wall displays for jewelry sets. Have you talked to Tambrie Treasures? I don't know if it's Tambries or Tambrie. Tambrie Treasures. Oh, and you know the other person who had one, she might still, but I think she sold it. MacPack Reselling. MacPack Reselling had a jewelry display board. Tambry Treasures has kind of done her own using picture frames. So those are the two people I'm thinking you probably would have good luck with if you contacted them. They could at least tell you what supplies they used. But MacPack resellers, I know, had a jewelry display board. I think it was for necklaces, but you can customize. And Tambry from Tambry's Treasures. Let me see if I can tag them. The people on YouTube are like, what is going on here? And this is the fun thing about a Whatnot show. It's totally interactive. It's just like the old times. Oops. We are going to be restarting the show because I'm going to have to switch devices. This one had too much. So let's leave the YouTube up for just a second. And I am going to... Okay, so until the next time I see you, I hope you can stay home to shop. Thank you so much.